Hey.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's training. We're going to talk about, or interview actually, we're going to be talking to Kerry Shearer today about how you can look and sound amazing on your smartphone. And I'm super excited about this because Kerry is uber techie, but he's uber techie in a non-techie way. So you guys are going to let me step back for a second. One of the things I say frequently about myself is that I love to take the complex and make it simple. Well, that's exactly what Kerry does. He takes, complex techie stuff and makes it sound like, yeah, we can do it, right? So I think you guys are going to get a ton of value from our guest today. Now, a couple of quick things. I would love it if you could pass this around, and if you hear something you like, if you could click the little you could even drop in your favorite emoji, whichever. I love emojis. So sprinkle this out into the world. If you know anybody that would love to be able to create amazing videos, whether it's live video or whether it's just videos across the board with their smartphones. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. So share it out, let people know. And then the other thing is, I want to talk about our giveaways today and how you win. So you have to drop in your aha moments in order to win the giveaways. Now, I wanted to kind of go through how you win before I show you what you can win. So the how you win is the aha moments. So if you have an aha, like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that, or, oh my gosh, I knew that, but I needed to hear it again, whatever, drop in your aha moments, because that's how we pick our winners, y'all. So we have a couple of amazing gifts this week. Let me show you a couple of things. Now, I have to say in all transparency that we're doing, I'm pulling these out of, they're designs for my new store, one, and we are just getting to a place where we can order. So we gave away last week a mug, and we'll send it this week. Sorry, y'all. We just thought we were a little bit more prepared than we were. So let me show you this real quick. What do y'all think of this? So, thoughts? I see some amazing people this morning too. I haven't said morning to you guys. So, good morning, Laquita. Good morning. Good morning. I know we didn't connect last week. We need to try to reconnect. We had some tech issues, so definitely want to reconnect with you. Christina, good morning, Christina. Hope you're doing good. Stu, I love seeing the amazing regulars on the show. Dee, good morning. And if you are new, just drop in hashtag new. I'd love to wave at you, meet you, if you will. And if you're watching on the replay, just type in hashtag replay so I know you're on the replay and I don't miss you. So thank you. A comment about my glasses. Thank you. I usually wear my red ones, but with this new hair color, y'all, let me just tell you, the red just clashes bad. Good morning, Pat. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So what you guys think about the mug? I need some feedback. So tell me what your thoughts are. This is one of the giveaways today. The other giveaway. Are y'all ready? So the other giveaway is this new shirt. Check this out. Like, I want one. I can't wait to order my own. Coffee Zoom repeat. Like, it's so like now, right? So if you guys are interested in winning today, you gotta do your aha moments, okay? So again, the two giveaways are the mug, the t-shirt, and the aha moments are how you win, okay? Okay, so real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor. Our sponsor is Restream, and like I said, I want to give them a special shout out. This is my new go-to platform for live streaming for multiple social media platforms at the same time. Right now, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can have multiple people join you as guests. They have a super easy to use interface for doing cool transitions, bringing in the comments, and customized text on the screen, and seamlessly bringing on those guests. You can also brand your live shows with cool show overlays, and it's the perfect platform for new and experienced creators alike. You can use the link we have in the comments to sign up for the tool for free, and you also get it for $10 off. So you can get first month $10 off. Can't beat it. Give it a go. I am loving it. And the best part is they have analytics. So if you are interested in seeing how your videos are performing, yeah, it is the tool for you. So like I say, I want to give a big shout out to Restream. Thank you guys for sponsoring today's show. Now let's get to the good stuff. So my friend Kerry, I want to tell you a little bit about him. I'm going to give you a personal story first, and then I'll give you all the professional detail kind of stuff. So I'm trying to remember where we first met in person. And I may have to even pull Kerry up to, actually we've met in person several times, but we connected on Periscope. Like, I have met so many amazing people in the early days of Periscope that we just formed amazing friendships, relationships, and have just continued to foster those over the years. So that was where I first connected with Kerry. And, we've met in person at my friend Shalene Johnson's event when I spoke at her event, Marketing Impact Academy, or Marketing Impact Live, I think is the name of her event. He was there, so we got to meet there. I think Periscope Summit back in the day, I think we met there as well. So amazing gentleman. You guys are going to love him. But let me give you all the professional details on him. Okay. So he's been an entrepreneur for 10 years. He specializes in teaching other entrepreneurs and business owners and communications teams how to create effective live streaming video and recorded videos using their smartphones. He has a background in radio news. He was also a public information officer for Sacramento County, where he handled marketing and media relations. He holds workshops and speaks at conferences and is a self-admitted geek, techno geek, which means he owns way too many cables, adapters, video cameras, lights, and microphones. All right. Maybe I'm a techno geek. I need to I wonder, let me pull Kerry in. So Kerry, welcome first. How are you today,
Thank you so much. And what a great opportunity to be here. I appreciate that.
Well, I have a question. So we just maybe admitted that we might be techno geeks. So what do you think about having a virtual yard sale?
Wow, that would be cool. So do that on live video, right?
Right.
Walk around, show this stuff.
Right. You should see my closet. It is ridiculous. And I buy things and then I use them or I don't, but somebody needs to be getting use out of them because they're all great stuff. So
no, but how are you going to mail that riding lawnmower to somebody who decided to buy it at your garage sale and they live in, I don't know, Nevada?
I know, but I was just talking about the little techie stuff that we buy, like the cables and
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, not
the stuff from the garage.
Yeah, no, not a literal. Yeah, no, I'm just meaning all the tech stuff that we buy, and we have our favorite stuff. Doesn't mean the other stuff is not good. It just doesn't get used. So I'm just thinking.
Right.
Chuck
I love
is
the
saying
idea of a
virtual
garage sale.
I think that would be a great thing, actually, a virtual garage sale.
I've got a lot of stuff that needs to go.
Yes, same. I mean, I got a closet full of stuff. I honestly, it's not just a closet full. It's everywhere, spread everywhere. So I know in this COVID times, you have been doing some cool things, right? Can you describe a little bit about some of the projects you've worked on? Because I think that it directly ties in to mobile specifically. So can you share a little bit about what that's looked like for you?
Yeah, definitely done a bunch of projects. And by the way, hi, everybody. It is so great to be here. I'm in Sacramento, California, and just absolutely love Kim and her audience. So thank you so much. During COVID, right, a lot of us, we've been confined to home, we've been doing amazing things. We've been pulling off miracles in our businesses, or, maybe you work at a 9-to-5 job, or something with even longer hours, and you're trying to do a lot with maybe not even having all of the tools and everything. And it's been a really tough go for a lot of people. And there's been just a lot of mental stuff going on too. You don't have the camaraderie and all. The kinds of things I've been doing is Kim, you and I love live events. You've put on some amazing live events, and we all love going to live events, and all that came to a grinding halt when COVID came out. So, the trick has been, how do you convert? Now, I do a lot of workshops and breakout sessions at conferences on how to use live video and how to use recorded video, how to shoot great video with your smartphone and edit it and all of that. And I've ended up having to convert that to kind of a Zoom approach, right? So going on Zoom, teaching in that manner, and then also just going out and helping businesses produce videos, because it's been a big struggle for a lot of brick and mortar businesses. I think maybe you've seen that in your area too, right, Kim?
Absolutely. And, that's what's so fascinating today when it comes to video. In the past, we have had to have the fancy stuff, like, right, the big production studios or the big cameras and all that stuff. And today, with just our, little smartphones, we can create amazing content that looks and sounds good with just this little thing we hold in our hands. And I think that's the thing that we all need to start realizing from one, it can be done. Two, it doesn't have to be fancy smancy. People don't want fancy smancy anyway. They're looking to just connect with us. But I think the one thing that when it comes to actually catching people's attention, there's a variety of types of content that are going to create that opportunity. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Like types of videos that, that people are attracted to, that they want to listen to?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of different types of videos, I think, that are important for you to be able to do. And really what the best videos do is, whoops, hang on, wrong button. The best videos motivate, they educate, they delight, when you're watching them, they can inspire you, right? They have some heart, and they really connect with you. So the best videos are timely. They have great content, because you want to give high value content in your videos. You want to make it worth people's time. And by the way, you guys, stick around. We're going to make it worth your time. Kim's got some giveaways, and I've got some really good tips and some demos to show you. So you want authentic delivery. That's the other thing. You don't have to be an anchor person, right? When you're delivering, just be yourself. Now, I'm kind of energetic, so I'm just being myself. This is what I'm like. And that's what you need to do too. Just be your best self on video. It helps when your videos are, have a spirit of being giving, and you're helpful to people, because that really impacts their lives. Reassuring and just being human, right? Being human in your videos. All of that can help you have really great video content. And Kim, one of the business people in the Sacramento region comes to mind, a woman named Miranda Pinto. She had a baby boutique that had just opened, Kim, a brick and mortar store about the time the shutdown started happening. I think she was only open a couple of weeks. And suddenly this beautiful baby boutique that she's got is the doors are closed.
Yeah. Oh,
and she's thinking like, yeah, it's so hard. Yeah. She's thinking, what do I do? Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, she grabbed a bunch of baby clothes. She had lousy internet at her store, so she actually hauled it to her house, set up her video camera, went on Facebook Live, and started just, holding up baby clothes, and selling it that way. And even before she got fancy with it, she made more in 2 hours than she had made like in a week.
Yes. So funny you say that because one of my mastermind students owns a physical brick and mortar business, and she sells clothes and jewelry. And she, during COVID times, because people couldn't physically come into her stores, she started going live in her on her Facebook pages, inside of groups that she was active in, that, or owned. And she would sell out of things like that.
That's great.
One, because people couldn't go shopping, they couldn't physically go into the store, and then it became almost like she would just an inventory problem for her. I mean, it was a good problem to have, but, making sure that because, inventory, when you're physically in the store, people buy it and it decreases and it's gone, right? So that was one of her biggest struggles, but she pivoted and found a way to get in front of her audience and her buyers. And same exact story. I mean, just amazing results with her sales. She's had her biggest year ever because she just spent time with people and let them shop, showed them things and that kind of thing. So I love that story. And I love stories like that because it's a kind of turning the frowny face upside down, right? Where
Exactly.
A lot of people that have had struggles in COVID times, frankly, some of them just didn't know how to pivot. They didn't know how to do something different, right? It's been a struggle. Right. So when it comes to looking good and sounding good on video, I know you have some amazing strategies and tips that you wanted to share on that. But before we do that, real quick, I wanted to highlight a couple of things that I noticed came in the comments. Hang on just a second. Sybil says, I need a screen. I need that screen in the background. So everybody's loving your background screen there.
I'll tell you how to do that in a minute.
Okay, so y'all I told you he is super geeky, but he makes it to where we can do it. Okay, so I saw this in a couple other comments, but I'm missing them real quick. But anyway, I saw several people commenting on your amazing screen. So going back to, what are some amazing tips that you have where we can show up and look good and sound good on video with our camera or with our smartphones?
Yeah, absolutely. Our smartphones are an amazing tool. Never in history have we had the ability to take something like this and go live or recorded video to the world. I mean, it's amazing. So you guys, I want you to be able to feel confident about using your smartphone to create amazing content. And it is enough to start with. Just start with your phone. It's going to be great. Let's go over some tips first, because part of it is the tech part and part of it is really the mental part and just the preparation part. If you want to look and sound great on video, number one, figure out what your brand is and dress in a way that kind of reflects that brand. Okay. Now, Kim, you and I have a couple of friends, Brian Fanzo there on the left, Sue B. Zimmerman, the Instagram expert on the right. They have their looks, right? Brian has always got a hat. And Sue has always got this range of nautical colors. So think about, for your brand, have you picked brand colors? And how do you incorporate those either with your set or your wardrobe or those types of things, anything that you might show on camera? And Kim, you're a great example. Bring yourself back up here because you've got these amazing glasses, right?
Okay, so we were just talking about this. So y'all, look at this though. So most of you that have been on my lives have seen my red glasses, right? Okay, so they're awesome, except that I decided to change my hair color, and now they just clash. They're the wrong color, and I'm like, ugh. Okay, quick. So, okay. It's a fashion faux pas, right? You can have your glasses not matching, but for years now, these little red glasses have been a part of my overall brand, and I will go back to them. I promise.
I know, but something like that, you guys, just something like glasses can set you apart and make you known. So that is something really cool to do. So number two, you want to set up a good shot with your smartphone. And this is a mistake I've seen a lot of people making in the Zoom world. Have you seen this where it's the up the nose shot, right? We don't want to do that. You want to make sure that your camera, your smartphone is at eye level with you, because you don't want the up the nose shot. The other thing you don't want, and this is a common mistake too, is you don't want a window behind you. Now, this may be a little over exaggerated, but I've seen plenty of live streams on smartphones or Zoom broadcasts that have looked this way. So you cannot have a window behind you and really have the exposure be what it should be. The auto exposure on the camera is going to kind of clamp down on that. Now, what I'm using here right now is I've got several lights around me, and that just kind of lights the whole area. I've also got a background light. You don't need this, but it's called a hair light. It's overhead, it's behind me, and it just kind of sets you apart from the background. So anytime you can kind of work with the lighting there, it helps. Kim, what kind of lighting are you using right now?
I'm actually using, well, let me back up. Remember that yard sale I was saying? I have like so many lights. So back in the Periscope days, I was a big fan of the ring light because I call it Botox in a bulb. Like I was like, oh, look, smooths out all the lines and all that kind of stuff. But now my new favorite lights, and I love them, are Elgato lights. Are you familiar? I'm sure you're familiar with them.
Yeah, they're, do you have the kind of the round ones, and they're very soft. It's got a beautiful soft lens on it.
And it, I can adjust them. Like, I think this is a good example of showcasing the value of lighting. So let me just turn them off real quick, because I can turn them off from my computer or my phone. So I can control them from my computer or my phone, which is why I love them. If you're trying to fix your lighting and adjust your lighting, and you have to get up and down and look and see what you look like and all that stuff, it's a pain. So I'm going to turn them off. Now, see what a difference
The crowd doesn't like that. They don't like that.
But now they're like, oh, look. So it lights on, lights off, like, right?
Yeah, much better. It makes a huge difference. So lighting definitely is something you've got to keep an eye on there. I'm going to show you some gear in just a moment, but something else is you want to be prepared, because when you go on video, whether you're recording a video or you're going on a live stream, you want to make sure you're prepared. And really, we've talked about authenticity. You don't want to script yourself, right? The best practice is 3 to 5 bullet points to be able to cover your material, and just go for it. I've got a friend with a very successful YouTube channel who records and uploads 1 10-minute video every week like clockwork, and has built that channel to 225,000 subscribers with very simple direct-to-camera videos that she records on her smartphone with no fancy editing, no graphics, anything. So you can do it, and do it very simply, just with, having good content and being prepared, not with a script, but with bullet points, because ideally, your topic. You can talk about your topic. You're passionate about your topic. Mm-hmm. So some bullet points are really all you need to keep you on track. And again, that type of preparation is going to translate to you feeling better and looking better on video.
When I was doing a lot of live video, when I was going live every morning on Periscope, I would do a lot of what I call 3 marketing, which is just, 3 simple steps, 3 things to share, that kind of thing. The value of that is it's easy, 1, for you to create the content. 2, it's easy for your audience to consume the content. They're not overwhelmed with like 52 things to do. You have 3 simple things. So I'm a big fan of what I call 3 marketing, because like I say, there's a lot of value to that. So when it comes to the sound, for years I've heard people say, the experts say that people will forgive bad visual, but they will not forgive the audio. So if we're talking about our smartphones and we're just like, let's say we're outside and we want to do 3 ways to do X, or we're just taking people on a walk with us that morning, whatever. Is the built-in microphone good enough, or is there another alternative? And keeping in mind the question was, we're outside.
Okay, let's go to the soundboard here. No, the built-in microphone is not good enough unless all you're trying to record is ambient sound of traffic noises and birds chirping and jackhammers jackhammering, that kind of thing. If you want that, use the built-in mics. Here's the thing, do you even know where your microphones are? I can't even keep track. I've got an iPhone here. There's a microphone on this side. There is a microphone in the bottom. There's a microphone up here. And depending on which camera you're using, different microphones may be, in play at that time. So like if you're walking along and you're using this camera, but you're behind the phone and you're narrating, your voice is not being picked up because this is the mic that's on the other side of the phone. So I say, forget all that. You want to use a plug-in smartphone microphone. Is that my next point? Yes. Use a plug-in mic so your audio is always crisp and clear. Here's the thing, Kim. You can get started with a mic like that for $10 to $20. So it's not super expensive. Let me go over to the demo area here. I want to show you just a couple of different things here. I've got some mics set up. So one of the easiest ways here is with just a plug-in smartphone microphone. So here's a plug-in smartphone mic. And you can see this is a clip-on lavalier mic. If you can see that, let me hold it down a little bit. Right there, it just clips right on to your blazer, your blouse, your shirt, wherever. And then on the end, it's got this jack. Now, I'm going to make you just a mild techno geek here. How many rings does that have on it? Can you see that, Kim, in the shot?
Look, it looks like there's 3, Kerry.
You've got it. So what that means is it's a smartphone mic. If you've got a mic plug that looks like that.
Okay. Whoa. Hold the presses. 3?
Yes.
That's how you
3.
tell.
That's how you tell. It's called a TRRS plug. You don't need to remember that. Just count the rings. If it's got 3 rings on it, you can plug it into your smartphone and it's going to work. Now, of course, if you have an iPhone, you need one other thing. You need this little lightning adapter. So you simply plug it in, and now you plug this into your iPhone and you are set. By the way, one of these probably came with your phone. Apple, I think, has stopped including them. Get them at the Apple Store. Buy them online from apple.com. Do not get them from eBay. There are knockoffs that are cheaper and they don't work most of the time. So you want the actual Apple Lightning connector that allows you to plug in a smartphone mic. So a smartphone mic like this isn't very expensive, and it's really the solution to having great audio. Now, there's actually a couple of other things. I have a kit that I keep because I always want to be able to go live. So I have a kit here, and I keep several things in it. And one of the things I keep in there, I like to use wireless mics sometimes. So I've got a little Rode set. This is the Rode Wireless Go. So this little mic is pretty cool because it's very compact. It just weighs a few ounces. And the transmitter has got a mic built into the top. So all you have to do is just clip this on your body, on your clothes, and you're ready to transmit. And then here's the receiver. This just plugs into your smartphone with the right cables. And I'm not going to go into the cable now that you need, but it's an adapter cable. But with a wireless mic set, you are going to sound amazing when you are on video. So that is just a little bit of look at a couple of the types of mics that you can get. Now, Kim, do
I
you have any
love
kind of
it.
a favorite? What's in your kit?
Okay, so one, I just wanted to circle back to what I said before. Did I not say that Kerry would like tell us something that would take something super complex and make it like we could do it? Like one thing that I picked up on, I had no idea that the 3 rings meant that it was good for a cell phone. So like y'all, we need that like, oh, we need that sound, Kerry, where it's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah, because
boom.
sometimes, oh yeah, do I have that sound? I don't think I have that sound here, but yeah, sometimes you'll find a microphone that has a plug that fits, but it's only got 2 rings on it, and it won't work with a smartphone, and
Yeah.
that's why there's companies that make this little adapter. You can find this on Amazon. This one is made by Movo, and your standard 2-ring plug plugs into that end. And then this end goes to the smartphone. You can see it's 3 rings. So this is an adapter. So you can take that microphone that won't work with your smartphone, plug it into this end, and then plug this end into your smartphone. And again, if you have an iPhone, you need the little white adapter. But yeah, there are solutions. Usually when a mic doesn't work with a smartphone, it's because there's a compatibility issue that it needs to be converted to have those 3 rings.
And one of the questions that we got, and I thought it was a really great one, is the physical distancing with your guest and plugging in the mic and things like that, especially if you're on a smartphone. Now, like you and I have had to figure this out because if we're like at a live event, for example, and we're doing interviews with people, I've always just used a splitter, and having the Movo mic myself. That's what I've always used is just 2 Movos and, just attaching it with a splitter and then plugging it into my phone. That's been my go-to, but is that what you would recommend
yeah, that's a good idea. I've done a lot of interviews with people during COVID, and you do your mask and social distancing and just make sure that you've got a splitter so you can each have a microphone on. So let me see if I think I've got one in the kit here. I have a little baggie here.
Yeah,
so in the
I'm a big fan of having a kit too, and I keep it all, and it makes it super easy to grab and just go.
Yeah.
And you usually have like a bunch of things. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm.
So here's a splitter, and what this does, this allows you to plug in 2 different microphones, and then that plugs into the smartphone at that end. So when you look on Amazon, or if you go to my website, I've got kerryshearer.com. I've got a tech tab there where I've got Amazon Associates links to the gear that I use and recommend and love. And some of them are microphones that come with this splitter, or maybe even a kit that comes with 2 plug-in microphones. Again, they're not very expensive, but it really helps to sound, have great sounding audio and to be able to be socially distanced and, do that.
And still have good sound. Yeah.
And you've got great sound when you're doing it. So
and
that's super important.
Let's say though, following along with this, since we're talking sound and kind of staying in that lane real quick, when it comes to, in your home, you're just, sitting down, you want to record something quick and easy. Do you recommend using the mic, inserting the mic, or in that scenario where there's not a lot of ambient noise, do you think the mic, the built-in mic is good enough?
I still use a plug-in mic because it's going to give you consistent audio. If you turn, if you move or anything like that, the mic stays with you and the proximity doesn't change to the phone. Here's what happens in a lot of people's homes. Let's say, do you have hardwood flooring? Do you have luxury vinyl plank flooring? Do you have walls that are hard walls? The sound just kind of bounces around. And it's just so much better to use a $15 or $20 plug-in mic to sound better, even in that kind of situation. It helps with really the consistency and the volume and the proximity. What happens is, as we get further away from the phone, our voice is having to travel that distance. and it picks up just some of the ambient noise. It loses its depth, it loses some of its tenor, and it just doesn't sound as good when it gets to the phone if the phone's 2 or 3 feet away.
Yeah, so good. So when it comes to using our phones to live stream, or not, let's talk about it. Is it even, should we be using our phones? Or if we have another alternative, should we use another alternative? Like right now, I'm just sitting in front of my desktop, right? And I've got my webcam on, and that's kind of the nothing fancy, just a standard webcam. But like, let's say you don't have all that, and you just want the simplest path to going live. And a phone is probably just that. That's all we have to have these days, is to have our own live TV show, for crying out. Like, it's just our phones. So when it comes to our phones and live streaming, do you have any strategies or tips or anything that you would like to share as it relates to, using our phones to get the best possible outcome?
Yeah, definitely. Number one, know, of course, what platform you are streaming to with your phone. If you are going to, and that's going to determine your orientation. Are you going to go horizontal, or are you going to go vertical? So if you're going to Instagram Live, for example, you want to do vertical video. Now, as a longtime video producer, I've always thought vertical video is of the devil, but I have come to love and embrace it in the right circumstances. So the first thing is, if you're going live, know which platform that you're doing it on, and whether vertical or horizontal video will be better. With Instagram Live, it's going to be vertical video. With Facebook, there are people who will argue this all day, and I'm probably one of them. Where do you want? Yes, people will be watching on their phones, and they're holding their phones like this. But where else do you want them to be able to watch the live stream? Are they going to watch on their 85-inch TV in their family room? Are they going to watch on the projection system at a conference or in a boardroom? Are they going to watch on a computer screen? If so, you want to go horizontal with it. People can turn their phone. If they don't want to watch it in a vertical format or cropped in a vertical format, they can turn their phone. But you can't turn your massive TV in your family room, right? So think about exactly where your video is going to be used the most. Do you want to be able to repurpose it and send it to the news media? It's got to be horizontal that way. So think about that. And then number two is the audio. Make sure you are having great audio and camera support. That's something we haven't really talked about, is you don't want shaky handheld video, right? We talked a little bit about the Rode wireless mic system. I mentioned that. We talked a little bit about the broadcast lighting, about the lighting and making sure that looks amazing with the different kind of ring lights. But then the other thing is having a steady shot that is at eye level. So when you are going live, think about what you can do for a steady shot. Now, you may want to use a tripod. I recommend always using some sort of a tripod unless you absolutely have to be mobile. And so you can use things like the little tripod that you see on the left here. That is this one. And this actually just opens up and holds your phone. I think it's about $25 or so. So it holds your phone on there, and you can actually turn it to the side to do vertical video. It gives you a way to hold your phone, but this is also a tripod, right? So the tripod opens up, and then it also extends way up, right? Way up. So you can place this on a tabletop, extend it up, and it's like a full-size tripod. Then you can do an interview with somebody who's 5 or 6 feet tall, and you're still eyeball to eyeball with the camera because it's sitting on a tabletop. So I always keep one of these with me when I'm out and about. Another thing is you can use something like Archon has got some great products where they've got these smartphone mounts here that you can put your phone on and put it on a tripod, or in this case, I've actually got an adapter. I have it on a microphone stand, and then a full-size tripod too. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a full-size tripod to get started with. It can be a $40 or $30 Amazon Basics tripod just to give you a really smooth, steady shot. And the other thing that I love, let's go back to the table for just a second, Kim, here, and take a look. I want to show you this because this is another way to go live and have an absolutely steady shot. This is called a smartphone gimbal. And when these came out, Kim, they were hundreds of dollars. Now, great ones are like $119. So they're not all that expensive. And the way these gimbals work, you can do walk and talk with it, right? You could be walking and recording or live streaming on a gimbal like this. You put your phone in it. Put the phone in it right there. And let me just do one thing here. I just want to go to the video app. Go to the video app. There we go. All right. So we're putting the phone in it. And then we turn it on right here. Okay. Now I know, let me make sure that you can see this okay. So what's happening here is this is like a steady cam. I can move all over the place. And there's 3 motors on this thing. And it keeps the shot super steady, right? You can do really, really steady shots on this. It's called a gimbal, and it's an alternative to a tripod when you're handheld, when you're on the go. Now, again, you don't have to get something fancy like this, but you can make the most amazing kinds of videos with a gimbal. Have you ever experimented with these, Kim? Do you use them at all?
I actually have one and I love it. You can't fail with it is the beautiful part about it. It's always going to be steady. You don't have to worry about your hand shaking or, if you're riding a bike or something, hitting a bump or just the vibration, kind of thing. So it's really, really a smart resource for you if you are doing any kind of content where you are moving around. Now, one thing I would like to say and key in on, because Kerry talked about looking right at the camera. I can't tell you how much time and energy I have spent trying to figure this out. Like so much. Like I would stack stuff on top of stuff and like try to get it exactly the right height. And, then my lights, I had to make sure they'd be right. So my setup now is so easy because all I have to do is sit down and go live. But the little handheld one that you showed, Kerry, where it has the extender.
Right.
If I had that back in the day, like it would have saved me so much time and energy. I highly recommend that you get one that is like that for just your go-to, so you can extend it to whatever height you need. You don't have to put a stack of books and put your tripod on top of that. Like, trust me, I've done it.
Yeah. You can put it right on your desk in front of you and it's the perfect height. Not only that, if you need to use it for a video camera, a standard video camera, this just unscrews
right off.
And now it's a regular little tripod for a lightweight video camera. And not only that, Kim, look at this. It's got a makeup mirror on the back, so you can make sure you look amazing.
Yeah, there you go. That way you can make sure you don't have any lipstick on your teeth, ladies. So, because that happens to me all the time. That is so awesome. I love that you're sharing all this, and again, making it simple for people to figure out that they can do these things literally with just their phone. Okay, so let's talk about the next step. Let's assume you've got great sound, you have your tripod, all the things that they've learned so far, they record the content. Can they use their phone to do some basic editing?
Absolutely. You can use your phone to do some basic editing. And in fact, I'm prepared. I have all my connections here. I just have to find my phone. What did I do with my phone? It's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, because I can plug my phone in and show you something here. So there's several video editing apps. Number one, if you have an iPhone, your phone probably came with iMovie. It may have been free, or if not, worst case, $4.99. So iMovie will let you edit horizontal videos, and it's really easy to use, and it's going to look great. There's another app that I love, and let me just see if I can get the phone on here to show you. It's called InShot, InShot, InShot. I believe it is $14.99 a year, so it's a subscription. And let me tell you, the reason you want to pay these developers for their apps is because you're going to get a better product, and it's going to keep getting updated every time your phone's operating system changes and something, something changes there and they need to update it. So I'd say that's really important, is to just make sure that you've got the paid version of most of these apps. Now, let me put this on here. It's input 3. Here's InShot. I was actually working, Kim, on editing yesterday, so I think there's a video in here. Let me just bring it up here. This is the one I was doing an Instagram story from yesterday. We actually went on a kind of a car club drive, which was fun. So let me just show this here. Here's InShot. This is called the timeline along the bottom. So all I did was I imported my vertical video clip. I put a little bit of text on it. I'm just kind of moving this with my finger here. And then I put in my cutaway shots. Now, I'm not done editing this yet, but let me just play this back here. Hey, we're doing something kind of fun on Sunday. Let's see, are you getting audio? You're not getting audio.
Yeah, I've got audio on it. It's low, but I can still hear it.
Foothills. Okay, there we go. Let me just do this. Here we go. Hey, we're doing something kind of fun on a Sunday. We are going for a drive. We're meeting with the Sacramento Tesla Owners Club and going up into the foothills. Check out the transitions there. That's what an app like this will do. See these fun transitions? Here's just some dissolve transitions here. And there's some zoom transitions. So you can make a fun little video. All you do is drop your clips on the bottom there, put a transition in between them, and there you've got your clips, right? So that is the InShot app. And what I love about it is just super, super easy to use. And it's got all of these effects. It's got music you could put in there. So let's say we want to put on some background music. We just go here, we go to imported music. I've got some tunes that I imported. Let's just put this on and see what this sounds like. In fact, what I'm going to do is turn it down a little bit. Now we've got music. Listen to this. Hey, we're doing something kind of fun on a Sunday. We are going for it. Okay, so we've got music. We've got stickers that we can bring in and, move around and put on there. We've got other different effects that we can do. We've got filters. We've got text. You can do all sorts of different kinds of text. And then you can make that text appear wherever you want. So I really like the InShot app for simple editing where you're just doing one video layer. There's one other app I want to mention because I know there's a lot of folks, Kim, maybe you've got access to Adobe Creative Suite.
Right.
Okay, so Adobe Creative Suite, there is an app called Adobe Premiere Rush, and Rush comes free if you've got Adobe Creative Suite. Let me just see if I can get to it here. And yes, there we go. Adobe Premiere Rush, and that allows multiple video and audio layers. So you don't have to get fancy to start with, right? Just start out. I was at, let's see if I've got this video here. Let me open this up. No, I need to go back to another one. Adobe Premiere Rush is a little harder to show you because it doesn't, when I plug into it, it doesn't actually show you the output of what I'm seeing on the screen. But I would say try Adobe Premiere Rush, see if you have access to it. I believe you can download a free version for either iPhone or Android. And you can create, I believe, 3 projects for free and try it out and see if you like it. That's another really good editing app. It goes way beyond what iMovie will do. And otherwise, it's, I think, $9.99 a month or free if you have a subscription to any of the other Adobe products. Yeah. But Premiere Rush is really fun.
I'm really with you on InShot. I think it's for what it is and the simplicity of it. If you're looking for simple and you're not super techie when it comes to like understanding the layers and all the stuff that you can do with video, then InShot's probably really good. Adobe Premiere, though, would be awesome if you have some editing experience and you can do it right within your phone. Another app I just want to mention real quick because I find that it is kind of a fascinating thing. So for ladies, not just ladies, but I'm targeting ladies because I feel like most of you are probably familiar with some of these. I call them make us look better than we do when we first take our photo.
Complexion enhancement.
Complexion enhancers. There you go. Where you can Facetune was one that I've seen and used for years, but they have a new Facetune has a video version. So
yes,
right? So
it's right here.
Yes.
Here it is.
So you can create a video, you can import it into Facetune, and you can like smooth out your lines. You can, put on some lipstick if you don't have any, things like that. It's video format, not just a photo, which I think is super, super interesting. So yeah, smoother, you can conceal, you can touch up on a video.
All of these things. Yeah. There's a lot of things that you can do. So obviously there's some good tools out there, right? What are people saying in the chat here?
Yeah. So we were
do you use Facetune? Have you used it or Rush or InShot? Let us know.
I would love to know that too. And I see Edward is saying, who knew creating a video right on your phone was so easy? Just not even just creating it, but there's so many amazing resources for your phone, from an app perspective that makes not just the video content creating it easy, but editing it, adding some jazz features, some I call them thumb stopping content, like whether it's something that's going to catch people's attention where it's not just video. There's just so many amazing things. And so Vicky's saying, aha, Facetune for video. Yeah. So quick question from John. Do either of you have any experience with Kinemaster? I don't personally. Are you familiar with Kinemaster?
I've not used it. Originally, like a number of years ago, it's one of the ones I recommended for Android because there was not a good editing app for Android. But now with Adobe Premiere Rush, with InShot, there's some others out there that are really good. There was a lot of resistance to Kinemaster because at least at the time I was recommending it for Android, it was a monthly subscription and almost no one wants to have a monthly subscription to their phone software.
Yeah.
I'll pay $20 for a year or something like that. That's fine. But a monthly debit on the credit card or something, no. I'm not sure if they've changed or not, but there's a variety of apps out there and that seem to do a good job.
Yeah, I love that. So as we're picking our winners, so I'm just going to do a quick recap on that. Hopefully you got in on this. I meant to do a recap in the middle and I totally forgot. So my bad on that. But I just want to make sure sorry about that. Let me just do this real quick. Our giveaways today are going to be the coffee Zoom repeat, which I understand Kerry needs one of these now because he's been doing a lot of Zoom stuff. And then the coffee mug as well, the emoji coffee mug. So if you have been doing your aha moments, then you are in luck because we're going to be pulling our winners from that. So today's winners hang on just a second. Let me get everybody back up here. Today's winners of the coffee Zoom repeat t-shirt is John Higginbottom. I hope I said that correctly, John. And then let's see. I love the sound effects. And then our winner for the mug is Maria Hesland. So guys, if you are the winner for today, go over to kimgarst.com/winner. Let me just pop this up on the screen real quick. I should have already had this on in my back settings here, but oh, really? you know, I'm loving my new Restream tool. So if you're one of the winners, go to kimgross.com/winner, pop in your details, and we will get you taken care of ASAP. But sometimes things are just a little bit different. And I'm like, okay, where do I find that? I got to go find that real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So, Kerry, I have so enjoyed sharing all of your amazingness with us today. But I have one last question for you. Two, actually.
Yes.
We'll start with one. So, what's a great question that I should have asked and I didn't?
Oh my gosh. Well, probably it's the question, Kerry, where can I get your live stream tips
Okay,
and
yes. Well,
access to some
that
of
was
the
my
tech
second
stuff we
question.
talked to?
That was my second
Okay.
question. But hey, we'll roll them into one. So, Kerry, where can people find more about you? And I know you have a special gift for everybody today. So, where can they connect with you? Where can they get your special gift? All the goodies.
Okay, they can connect with me by simply texting the phrase live video, all one word, live video, to 33444. So if you're doing a text message, instead of putting in a phone number, you put in 33444, and where you normally type the message, you just put in live video. Now I'm using lead pages, and they've got a function called lead digits for this. And it's got to be all one word. So if you break live video up into 2 words, if your phone does that, it's not going to work. So just make sure before you hit that send button, it's all one word, live video, to 33444. That sends you a 4-page PDF. I mean, this is great information on kind of how to do effective live streams. It also has a link there where you can go and look at some of the tech gear that we talked about. And I have Amazon associate links there. If you do this, it will put you on my email list. So I occasionally send out tips and tricks and information. And of course, you can always hop off that list. That's no problem. But I just want to get you the information. So hopefully this will be helpful to you. I want to encourage you, if you haven't put yourself out there on video, to start doing it now. Start trying it now. It's not too late. You haven't missed the boat. It is the time for you to get your word out. And you don't have to be a newscaster. Just remember, when you're on video, you're helping somebody. Despite the fact there's other people out there teaching what you are teaching, no one teaches it like you. And there's other people waiting for this information that you've got, waiting for that passion and that knowledge that you have to share, that aren't hearing it from anybody else. They haven't heard it from somebody else. They're waiting for you. So put yourself out there on video.
Yes. I wanted to say ditto, ditto, ditto. I need a mic boom. Got a boom?
No, I got a bell.
Boom!
That's all I can do. Oh, actually, I got a drum hit.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, awesome. So, quick question for everybody before we let you guys go. So, what did you think? Did Kerry bring the goods or what? Did I tell you he would take the complex and make it simple for us? So, I see Michelle is saying, thanks, Kerry. I needed that. Excellent. So, Chuck is saying, great content. Yeah.
Thank you, Wanda, for putting that information in the chat. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Michelle, oh, thank you, you guys. You're amazing. Kim,
yeah,
you've got the best audience.
I have amazing. I love them. They are just the best community ever. One thing I wanted to share on the front side, and I totally forgot to do so, is when we're here and we're sharing content and you have a group of people that are also here, think about these lives as a social event. So, you can talk with us, but talk with each other, connect with one another, because you guys are all amazing. And I would speculate that you have a lot in common because you're here. Hint, hint. So connect with one another as well. And don't forget,
you guys are in good hands with Kim. She is one of the most generous and giving people that I know. Kim, I don't know if you remember at the, I believe it was at Shalene Johnson's event, you spent, I think, close to 60 minutes with me just talking about helping me with some things that I was trying to think through with my business. And
Yeah.
I will never forget that. I am so grateful for
Well,
that.
thank
And
you.
Kim is
I
doing
love
all
it.
these things behind the scenes
Yeah.
with other people. It's amazing.
Well, thank you, thank you. I'm glad that we connected on Periscope. We got to meet in person several times, and more importantly, I hope we get to see each other in person again soon. Post
Yes.
all this other stuff, right? And
Can't
we can
wait.
actually.
I mean, I had a little Florida trip planned for February that I had booked months ago, thinking, oh, we'll be out of this COVID thing. I had to cancel it.
That's well, hopefully it won't be too much longer and we can have some semblance of normal and we can get back to seeing each other in person. All right. Thank you, Kerry, for being with us and being so giving, sharing so much amazingness. I want to thank all of you guys that are watching live and on the replay. Thank you guys as well. I want to give another big shout out to our sponsor, Restream. If you guys are looking for an amazing tool to do what we're doing here, I mean, you got to see some of the bells and the whistles today, a little bit more behind the scenes than normal. But if you want to be able to do that and you need a great tool to do it, Restream is the bomb, y'all, the bomb. All right. Well, take care of yourselves. Stay safe and God bless.